Ireland has a plan to enhance lives and give every citizen the chance to be included, connected, educated and informed. It's called the National Broadband Plan and aims to deliver high-speed broadband to every home in the country. To many, words like broadband, internet and digital can be off-putting. Into others, those words strike real fear.
There's a certain resistance, I think, in human nature to be against change. Isn't what we have good enough?
This fear of change is being confronted by the plan, and film producer David Puttnam is passionate about the advantages of living in what is becoming a digital age.
And my job is to try and persuade people to be less fearful. Or put it another way, my job is to persuade people to be more courageous.
You have to give it a chance, yeah. And you have to work on it then and make sure it works. Right.
In this episode, we'll meet some of those often referred to as non-liners, people of all ages who haven't fully dipped their toes into the online world. Technology and science are changing even the most mundane aspects of our lives. With the click of a button or the touch of a key, we can pay bills, book tickets, buy, sell and trade, or simply just stay in touch with others. But close to 300,000 Irish people have yet to join the bandwagon. And, rightly or wrongly, they may be missing out on the positive benefits. Age can often be used as a barrier to new learning. But in the case of Mary O'Gorman from Dublin, this clearly isn't so. She now has 2 computers and has made them part of her busy life.
How did this all start in terms of computers? You mustn't have grown up with them.
I'll tell you now in a minute. I'm afraid of nothing. I'm not even then. I wanted to kind of do the things that I needed, that way. So that's how I managed. And then first few emails, because I didn't know how to open them, to read them, and I really was thick, absolutely thick. Right? But then I got in on it, and then I started to Skype. I have 20 grandkids, I told you. Yeah. Oh no, the youngest grandchild I have is Lois. She's in Armenia. She was through there the 28th of December, gone out. Hello, girls, how are you? Are you going to say hello to me?
Go say hello to
Oh, you have the wool. She had knitting wool, look. Are you going to knit? You know those little frilly scarves that came out a few years ago? On Skype, I showed them how to do them. There's the birdie, will you feed the
Mary
birdie?
is well on her way to mastering her computers, but convincing other, older Irish people to get online is a challenge, and dealing with that requires energy and patience. 10-time Oscar-winning film producer Lord David Puttnam has been given the grand title of Digital Champion of Ireland. It's a voluntary education and learning-based role in which he tries to encourage as many people as possible to get to grips with computers.
Once you say to somebody, did you enjoy that Skype session you just had with your granddaughter in Australia? Oh, it was wonderful. Well, this is how you do it. You do that, and you can do it yourself. Can I? Yes, of course you can.
The thing that I would say about technology is it just expands your knowledge so amazingly. You can find out about anything. It's like anything, the more you do it, the quicker you can become at it. Like filleting a fish. I mean, how can you read until you've learnt the alphabet? I was originally terrified if I hit the wrong thing on my iPad, it would be gone. But of course it isn't. It's not like that. It's somewhere. It's like, I think of it's like, it's in a cupboard. I can't remember which cupboard I put it in, but if I hit enough things, it'll come back.
Of the one son, Phineas, the hero of the following pages, the mother and 5 sisters were very proud.
If I can be cooking and also listening to a wonderful book, I'm listening to Phineas Finn at the moment, which I don't know whether you've ever read, but it's absolutely fantastic. Why wouldn't I have it in my ear and get your dinner ready?
Oh, other than me saying,
That's as far as I go digital.
If you're an older person and wanting to learn basic computer skills, Age Action is a charity that offers free one-to-one computer classes at centres all over Ireland. In Dublin, Age Action has teamed up with tech-savvy transition year students to share their knowledge and skills with the local learners.
A lot of people will tell you that they're terrified, and they are terrified. You know, they may not have done a class in years and years, or may not have done anything since they've left school. So for some people, it's a really big deal to come along to a class.
I have to be completely competent in sending off emails. Now, that's what I really want. I keep moving those letters around on me.
You don't want to get off on the bad foot. I mean, with your mum or your dad or something, you can get a little cross at them because they're your family. But with somebody you don't know and you've just kind of met a few minutes ago, you want to make a first good impression. So this is going to be the iPad. We're going to use this today.
Yeah, well, if that's what I get myself, so that would be good for me.
So you have this at home, is it?
Haven't yet. I have to perfect it. There's no point in having it till I'm sure now what I'm doing.
So to unlock, you just slide it across like that. Oops. Just slide it across.
When you're tutoring a stranger, you know, a person that's not related to you, there is a kind of like a professional barrier there. So you're a little bit more patient with them. You kind of go, oh, you know, I can't tell them, for God's sake, do that quickly, you know. So it teaches them those kind of skills, and hopefully that they bring them home and then apply them to their own parents and grandparents when they're trying to you know, show them how to get on the internet.
And where is Google now?
Google's down here, yeah.
And just tap it.
Just tap it, yeah. And Betty was having trouble typing.
You wouldn't think I was a typist in my former life.
Especially because she was using an iPad and she hasn't used that before, because she kept holding the letters too long, so she'd have like 5 R's and like 6 I's and then 7 P's. It's hard to get used to.
It is. It's that bit different now.
Which, again, you only really need to do a quick tap.
Yeah, I'm probably overdoing it. Yeah.
A lot of our older learners would tell you that they, you know, I'm afraid I'm going to break the internet or blow up the device. And they really think that they can do that, you know. So it is a big thing to come along to the first class. So once you get over the hurdle of the first class, most people just absolutely love it.
Oh, is it over already? Gosh, it shows how much we were enjoying it.
I can't stand them.
Oh, she is ready.
I'm ready to go.
A lot of government services, a lot of other services are being pushed, you know, online, and older people feel left behind.
With the closure of local bank branches and a rise in the amount of online fraud and crime, it's understandable that some older people who lack computer skills are fearful of making money transactions on the internet. Traditionally, this business would have been completed face-to-face in your local branch. With increased pressure to use online banking, the challenge for some members of society can be daunting, and Irish banks are becoming aware of this.
We're not just saying, right, you have to go online and you go off and fend for yourself, that the help and support is there to show them if it's once, if it's 5 times, if it's 10 times, and so on, because it's very much a journey with us, and it's very much a journey with our customers as well.
I'm at that age. I think this is what people should understand, older people.
Oh,
if they don't.
And we'll take that feedback, absolutely. But if you want to come in and use here, or you want to come in and talk to Mary, or talk to Nuala,
I want to carry on the way I've carried on for a long time.
Okay.
I'm probably one of the oldest people here. I have come from the Tinchel and North era.
Right.
And the amount of changes that has taken place is unbelievable.
You know, there's a lot of stories out there, urban myth about if I do this, my funds aren't safe, and nobody wants to feel like their bank or their hard-earned cash is unsafe in any way. And I think the beauty of doing a session like a Tea and Teach session where we go out into the communities and just breaking it down and just expelling those fears and those myths.
Well, I'm just going to go through with you what the online is, okay? And the online, it's all about your day-to-day banking, just to show you how easy and convenient, because you may not be able to come into the bank. I suppose we can't stay open 24/7, 365 days a year, but now there's a way that you can do it 365 days a year. One extra day this year, 366.
I'm not afraid. I wouldn't be in the younger bracket, but probably people that have Alzheimer's or that maybe get confused, and I can understand that too. But sure, what can we do? Only go the way we're directed.
No, it's fine for other people. It's just, I'm over 70 now, so I'm past that kind of thing.
I find myself in a really interesting paradoxical situation in that part of me feels I'm 18 years old and I'm learning and I'm really excited about the potential of technology. On the other hand, the truth is I'm 75 years old and I'm doing my best to stay abreast of it. I'm doing my best to use it. I'm doing my best to ensure that it enriches my life and my relationships with other people. And so in that sense, I'm desperately keen that people should get as much out of the opportunities that technology offers as I'm getting every single day of my life.
Hi, Micheál. Wonderful day to meet.
Fantastic day.
Fáilte rótas me.
David and Micheál Amurachurtig are in the Third Age Centre in County Meath, an organisation that encourages its members to stay active, be creative and keep connected.
We'll keep going.
Yeah.
I did read somewhere lately, and I believe it. People are born already that will live to be 135 years of age. People. And I said straight away, well, we're all born, so we're included in that bunch of people that could see 125 years or 135s. So there's a greater consciousness now of age.
Hello.
How are you?
Very, very welcome.
While some older people have embraced technology, but there are some who haven't. And I feel that it is important, I suppose, break down that digital divide. I know that classes are available in towns and cities, but what about rural Ireland? What about the villages? If we had more opportunities, I think a lot of people, more people would participate.
Now, I would say the best investment I ever made was the first one of these I bought. I was asked, would I write my autobiography? And I said, there's no way I'll be typing those out. So I said, now, this will work. So the advice I'd give is, for what you wanted, by all means, get one. You'll never regret it. I regard the computer as my best friend. Always there, never complains, sleeps a lot at the time, but all you got to do that, it's wake awake. As we say in Gaeilge, when in she sharas fein, it stretches itself. I'm ready, are you ready?
Yes, I check the weather. I check even sometimes, which is a bit sad as I get older, I check where I am. Because it even tells me that.
My phone went missing a little over 4 weeks ago. Would you believe where it was found? After surviving several washings, it was found in the washing machine.
Oh, no.
Maybe with an old pants
my
that went in.
goodness. Oh.
I put it under a hairdryer.
The plan to get every Irish citizen using online technology, called the National Broadband Plan, is gathering pace. Selected towns across Ireland are being piped with super-fast broadband, as powerful as that available in Tokyo or New York. But what's the point if people aren't using that power, or if people don't know how to use it?
You can either win moves or...
In some parts of the country, it's Ireland's young that find themselves doing the teaching.
For me, I just get the hang of things. Like, I think every young person does. They don't have to look at like a tutorial on how to join Instagram. Like, it's just sort of, you just get the knack of it. Like,
last year, Lauren was given an opportunity to learn coding, and from there, she created an award-winning online game called Clondalkin Street Fighter.
So we won the best game in Code Plus 2015, so that was amazing. Like,
Come forward, please.
it was just so different to feel good at something that you didn't even know you could do. Like, I'd never done coding before, and it's not something that my friends would do or anything like that. So I felt brilliant, like going home and saying that to my mum and dad, like they just couldn't get over it.
And today, Lauren is meeting Mary O'Gorman, former winner of a Silver Surfer Award.
Things have changed with our computers and our laptops and our... Oh, stop it. But it's lovely to learn how to know about these things and have a chat with them.
Mary has offered to exchange her baking tips in return for Lauren's tech tuition.
Hello, Lauren. How are you? Hello. Nice to see you.
Hi.
Your hands are cold.
I know,
Right,
freezing.
yeah. That's a sign of a warm heart. Come on,
Go
you're
straight in.
welcome.
Yeah.
What's that?
Oh, that's an iPad.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna. Hopefully, I'll film you making a cake if you let me.
I beg your pardon. If you say please, pretty.
It's like YouTube. We're going to put this up on YouTube for someone who's never cooked before, so you have to literally
Right.
do step by step and talk through your recipe, and I'll record the whole thing. So wait till I say go. Okay, go.
My name is Mary and I'm going to do a carrot cake. It's very, very simple to do. You don't need a mixer or nothing else. And it goes out very well with most of my family and friends. Now, I like to do it and let you see how I do it, will I?
Yeah.
There's 5 ounces of sunflower oil, right? There's 7 ounces of soft, light brown sugar.
Like it's a whole new conversation when you're talking to an elderly person. They see things completely different. Like
Now, it's very simple, very easy. You don't need a mixer, you don't need anything now to do it. And it's really delicious now. And a teaspoonful of ground cinnamon
Yeah.
is going in, right?
And how long does that stay in the oven
About
for?
an hour to an hour 15 minutes, right?
Yeah.
But no, I was very much at ease with her. Really at ease with her, you know. And I could speak to her. And she went back and she pressed the button a few times to show me what she was doing.
It's now time for Lauren to share her knowledge and skills with Mary.
so, this one here is YouTube. So if you click onto that link, it should bring
This
it
one
straight
here?
on. Yeah,
Twice or once.
and twice. That's brilliant, isn't it? Did you ever try that before? No. No. You can get any song. That's the video. This is Pinterest. So you
Yeah.
can click onto that one there. if you're
Yeah, I
interested.
probably get great value out of
Yeah,
that.
I love
yeah,
Pinterest.
yeah.
It's hundreds of cakes.
Oh my God.
See on the photo, if you like that, if you click onto the photo again, it will bring you to a website.
Yeah, right.
So it's not just a photo, it actually has all of how to do it.
How to do it, no, yeah. She didn't make me feel stupid at that, you know what I mean? No, she was so, put me really at ease while she was doing it. And I love to learn things, yeah. You want to be up higher?
Yeah, go. And go again.
I'll be taking your job after.
So click it again. Now I'm going to show you.
Oh, mother of God, right. You wouldn't give up the beer for that, would you?
Ireland's digital champion, David Puttnam, is in Dolphin House Flats in South Dublin, an area that suffered many social problems over the course of its history.
What interests me is whether the digital world has something to contribute now and indeed in the future in completely different social environments, whether actually it can reach out, bind communities together and help in places where, frankly, the word digital is barely penetrated.
This is the Rialto Men's Shed, one of 330 men's sheds around the country. It's available as an outlet to men from all walks of life. In areas like Dublin 8, the legacy of leaving school early runs deep. But here, the Men's Shed offers a safe and supportive first step for those looking to restart their education.
Hi, how are you?
How's it going? My name is Michael.
Very nice to see you, Michael.
Men's sheds are often connected to more formal education groups, and today in Rialto, this group is about to go online with the virtual community college.
Welcome to the Men's Sheds.
Thank you very much indeed.
VCC, Virtual Community College, is delivering a course in community leadership here.
You're a miracle.
To the most amazing crowd of guys.
You're a miracle,
So,
honestly.
where are we going?
Our guest today is Lord David Puttnam. He's a filmmaker, he's an educator, he's an absolute advocate, and he's Ireland's digital champion.
Hi Matthew, I'm David.
David, hello, how are you, sir? It's nice to meet you online. Welcome.
The technology here is basic, but it enables learning opportunities for men who might otherwise find classrooms intimidating.
This is a shed, guys. You know, even though we're all online, this is a shed. So let's work with it the way we know.
Learning isn't always about going to a class. You know, there's that kind of informal and non-formal learning going on all the time. And they do start to make progress and they suddenly see a whole world open to them. And I think it's something similar for people who haven't been, I suppose, a digital native, that they can learn these skills and are probably quite surprised how easy it can be and how enjoyable it can be and how, as I say, it can serve a purpose.
The purpose of this online course is to build the confidence of shed leaders around the country by connecting online and sharing their various experiences.
Stephen, you have your hand up. Do you want to come on the mic?
When we were told from the very start about doing this whole digital course, I just felt the ground was going to open up and swallow me because I was that scared as I thought of it. But it's really very enjoyable, especially from a lot of us haven't been at school in a long time. And I'm just loving the course and loving the whole technology of it all.
What we're dealing with here is a very, very basic technology. 5 years from now, the nature of your conversations, the nature of your interactions will be hugely enhanced by technology. But what you're doing now is the important bit, which is getting to know each other, getting to engage, and getting to achieve real satisfaction from the process. And that's what comes out of what was said just now. Thank you very much indeed for listening to me. This seemed to me to be a very good way of taking people through the very early phases of getting re-engaged with education, developing some ambition, and then discovering, maybe indeed through this course, discovering that there's a whole world out there that already exists, really quite sophisticated world that you can plug into, and the sky's the limit.
It's been 12 weeks since Age Action's computer classes started, and the project seems to have been a very positive one for both the transition year students and the older learners.
You don't realise how much you bond with them until you have to say goodbye. And yeah, I've really enjoyed coming in and talking about the latest football matches or what she was doing over the weekend, or she went to a barn dance last weekend and she was not going to enjoy it, but then she came back and she said she really did.
And you've been wonderful.
Oh, thank you. I've enjoyed coming here every day.
Yeah. And now it's back to lessons for you.
Back into fifth year now. It'll be hard.
Tough.
Yeah.
It's a long walk.
Congratulations on
Congratulations, Betty, well done.
I'll have to get broadband into the house, of course, that's part of it. But I will, I think, because if I had a spare hour, I could be playing around with it, and by doing that, surely learn something. Yeah.
There's a certain resistance, I think, in human nature to be against change. Isn't what we have good enough? I think, and I would advise people, never say that. Give the suggested change a chance. And I'll finish by talking about a meat man. You all know Colm O'Rourke. Yes. I remember it was the spring of 1986. And Colm said to me, I'm nearly 30 years of age, but I have no medal. But what really made me hold on to it, but I'm not finished yet. That computer won't beat me. Have another go at it. And he went on to win 2 All-Irelands, 2 National Leagues, Texaco Awards, Footballer of the Year, All-Stars.
Up to a very proud Colm O'Rourke of Meath.
All because I am not finished yet. Not to be afraid of change. Change will come.
If you'd like help to get started online or improve your computer skills, free phone the National Adult Literacy Agency helpline on 1800 20 20 65 or visit our website makingirelandclick.ie.